I thought my crazy long to-do list was what was stressing me out. Turns out, it wasn't that at all. How do I tackle my to-do list without creating anxiety and stress? Well, that's week 2 of the imperfect experiment, to do or not to do. This week, I will explore 4 different experiments to see if I can get to the bottom of what is happening with my to-do list. Am I really just this busy? My to-do list never looks that long. It usually only has a few items on it. So why do I always feel so stressed? I can't seem to find my chill. I'm constantly rushing from project to project. I can't figure out why. So come along with me as we try to figure out what's going on. In today's video, I'll run through each specific test and then key takeaways, observations, and findings from each one so that you can follow along at home if you want. Come with me. I'll finish today's video with my big discovery. Is it completely stress-free? Did I have any hang-ups throughout the week? Well, stay tuned to find out. Test 1, routine or to-do? First test is to figure out what is going on between my routine and my to-do list. What I found out, is that my routine had started morphing into, or switch that, my to-do list started morphing into my routine. What I did each day as for my routine, my normal like get up, work out, eat breakfast, drink tea, all of this stuff that's my routine. Well, I would look at it like, well, Mondays I do cleaning and shopping or whatever. And so that would, instead of being a to-do for the day, it would morph into the routine. And then that would leave room to add things to my to-do list. So I think you can kind of see where I'm going. I never had time for anything because my routine was not really a routine. It was a schedule for the day, which included things that needed to be done to take care of me. And then it added on all of the work items. This taught me that my routine needs to be sacred. So I was very specific to just pull out the very vital things that I have to do each day for me that make me feel good and that support a new healthy routine. That and set that aside and made that a special column I can put little check marks by so I can preserve that. What I found, I was racing through my comforting routine so that I could get to the other part of the routine, which was really the to-do list. Boom, I figured that out. I got this week handled. I'm gonna nail this and I will have no more world problems, right? Test 2, the 3-task rule, taught me to leave space. This is where you divide your to-dos into 3 categories and you assign 3 tasks only per category. That's it. That's the rule. Yesterday, I had in my head that I had a very full to-do list, and I got a message from my daughter's school about a field trip that they needed to go on. And so I needed to get a certain amount of colones of cash. I needed to sign a permission slip. I had to get everything in and I had like a day to do it. So I started panicking, thinking, oh my gosh, I need to get all this done on top of everything else. And then it turns out when I finally sat down to get organized, I had left room. So that's how I learned to leave room. But my initial response was to throw myself into a complete anxious, stressed out, panicky, angry, upset morning, only to find out that I was panicking and stressing for no reason. So that is why you need to leave room. Another thing that this test brought up for me is that I try to do these tests in my imperfect experiment perfectly. That is just so ironic. I don't even know what to say about it. I am not performing something perfectly. That's when the anxiety starts to come in. So what I've been practicing is just trying to slow down. Slowing down is really my savior at this point. So that brings us to test 3. 1 in, 1 out. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about don't add a task to your to-do list unless you cross one off. Don't add a new category unless you close out a category. Ideally, and this is one of the things that I learned, you leave room so that added things that come up don't give you that extra stressful anxiety of, but my list is already so full and now I have to do this and what's going to get sacrificed to make it happen, and all of that can go on inside my brain, your brain, presumably. So we need to create room. We create room so that when the unexpected comes up, we don't get that extra added bit of anxiety like, how am I going to do one more thing? I'm already so overloaded for the day. So planning ahead doesn't mean blocking off your time. Planning ahead means also planning to leave room for things that may come up. So you only focus on those top 3 categories and 3 items each. Leave room in each category, leave a whole category open if you can, and really focus on that. Because one of my biggest findings from this test was I realized I was prioritizing productivity over balance. I was trying to get more done instead of trying to preserve my energy, which was the whole point of this thing. I'm realizing as I'm going through this that, again, the speed, I talked about it earlier, the speed by which I was trying to run through this was so that I could check everything off, but then also leave room to maybe add a couple things. Maybe I could get ahead of tomorrow. You gotta stop trying to get ahead of tomorrow, because the thing is, you're just going to fill up tomorrow, and then the unexpected will come up tomorrow, and then you're twice as overloaded. So just leave room to breathe. Stop trying to win at productivity and start trying to win at preserving your energy, creating balance, creating inner peace, and finding your chill. And you wonder, why does it piss me off when people say just chill? It's because you don't know how. That's how it is for me, at least, because I think I'm being chill. And the thing is, other people don't think that my chill is chill. And that's part of what started this whole thing in the first place. Can I even figure out what my chill is? Well, this is how we're doing it, one experiment at a time, which brings us to the next test. Test 4. Intentionally unfinished. This means purposely do not finish items from your task list that day so that you can move them to tomorrow or the weekend or next week. This one was tough. I think I kept blocking it out even. I had to double check my notes to see what the experiment was for the 4th day. I think I figured it out. There were a couple things that at the end of the day, I realized I could have pushed a little harder and tried to just check them off to get them done. And I compromised. I got some of them half done. Like, I wanted to upload a video, so I made sure I had it on my computer and renamed it and like put it in the YouTube system so it can start thinking about it. But I didn't finish doing the description and all the items to make it perfect for YouTube's algorithm. I just kind of half finished it and then I left it. And then a self-care item that I was going to try to squeeze in. And then I realized you can't squeeze in self-care. It's supposed to be like a nice, relaxing thing. I was going to put on a face mask. I thought, well, I don't want to do that. I want to do it and like sit down and just relax and maybe close my eyes. So I put that off thinking that was a better choice. And so I was able to do it. And what I will tell you that I learned from this is that just find that compromise, I think, and the speed, right? Again, you don't have to keep pushing faster and faster. I think you just need to decide, when I wrote this on in the morning, I thought this would be a nice idea. It's not actually working out to feel how it's supposed to feel. So I'm just going to let that ride. I can just push that to tomorrow. I have space because I created space in my schedule to allow for these changes to happen. So I can allow for myself to push that back a little bit. And all these little things I've been doing all week, they have been adding up. Let's get to it. What did I learn about how to create a stress-free to-do list? Well, here we go. Buckle up. After a week's worth of testing, I can finally share with certainty that these are the things I learned. I was sacrificing my nurturing, healthy routine for scratching that itch of completing tasks just to get more things done. I was chasing productivity and leaving my health on the back burner. I was chasing this productivity to feel more valuable. My value comes from my heart, from caring for people, from being positive and happy, and that sunny ray of light that walks into the room. And by chasing tasks and productivity, I was killing that. I'm constantly killing that. And that's not what I need to be doing at all. I don't think that's what any of us need to be doing. None of my productivity was feeding any of those parts of myself. I thought I was going to be learning how to create a stress-free to-do list. And what I actually learned is that my to-do list is just kind of a promise of what's possible for the week or possibly the next week. Please, if you would like to continue on our next experiment, like this video and subscribe for more.